Guys, Chattering Bone is stacked. This is our second review of the Last Wish weapons, and once again, it's a banger. Chattering Bone is a kinetic lightweight pulse rifle, and take a look at this perk pool because it is monstrous. First off, I'm going to get the barrel, magazine perks, and masterwork out of the way because it's going to be largely the same for both PvP and PvE. For barrels, arrowhead break; for magazines, steady rounds or accurized rounds for PvP, and as always, anything that increases reload speed or mag size for PvE. For your masterwork, you're going to want to go with range. Now let's take a look at those third and fourth columns because they're insane. There are so many good combos here, it's mind-blowing, especially for PvP. Starting with PvE though, in the third column we do have Discord, however this is a perk better suited for special weapons, so I would probably disregard it here. Next up, my favorite option here is Kill Clip, mainly because damage perks are always helpful in PvE regardless of the weapon, and they're especially helpful on primaries. Moving on to the fourth column, Focus Fury, Rampage, and Kinetic Tremors. Focus Fury can be helpful for single target damage or even for ad clear, as landing half your mag as precision shots will increase your damage by 20%. I tend to prefer this on special weapons or heavy weapons, but it is an option here. Next up, Kinetic Tremors, landing multiple shots, 12 in the case of pulse rifles, on a target will emit a shockwave that damages anything nearby. This is helpful for obvious reasons. We have Harmony as well, 20% damage boost for getting a kill with another weapon, not a bad option either. Damage perks in general are just good for ad clear. But really, my favorite option here is Kill Clip with Rampage. Yes, double damage perks, and don't worry, we're going to talk about this in PvP, but staying on PvE for now. Generally speaking, the main purpose of primaries in PvE is for clearing ads, and damage perks are excellent for this. Kill Clip gives you a 25% damage boost if you reload after a kill, and Rampage grants a stacking damage buff, stacking up to 3 times, with 10% on the first stack, 20% on the second, and 33% on the third. You'll get 1 stack of Rampage per weapon kill. The gameplay loop should be obvious here. Get a kill, reload, proc Kill Clip, and 1 stack of Rampage. Kill, reload, 2 stacks of Rampage. Keep ramping it up until it's at max. This is particularly helpful in activities with really spongy enemies where primaries tend to struggle. Moving on to PvP, this is where things get interesting. There are so many good combos here. Rapid Hit Headseeker, Kill Clip Rampage, Kill Clip Headseeker, Keep Away Headseeker, Slideways Ellie-Cap, Rapid Hit Rampage. The list goes on and on and on. I could talk about combos here for a really long time, but this video would be like an hour, so let's keep it to my favorite combos. I'm going to start by saying that for PvP specifically, go with steady rounds to bring your stability up. Yes, steady rounds hurts your range, but you can offset that by going with a range masterwork. Arrowhead Break will make the recoil extremely vertical, and the boost to stability from steady rounds will lessen the overall amount of recoil. Throw on a counterbalance stock and you have a laser beam. Now moving on to our third and fourth column combos. First off, obviously the most exciting, by far the most fun, and my favorite combo here, Rampage and Kill Clip. Yes, double damage perks. This combo was really made famous by Kindled Orchid back in Black Armory, a formerly 150, now 140 hand cannon that could roll with this combo and it could 2-tap with it. Of course, Rampage isn't quite what it was, but if you want a combo for aggressive kill chaining, you'd have a hard time finding anything better. The damage buffs will stack and turn this weapon into an absolute melt machine. The damage boost from these perks is noticeable, and in a meta where playing aggressively is difficult, having multiple damage boosts is extremely valuable. Next up, Rapid Hit and Headseeker. This is what I would go for if you're looking for consistency, something that will help you in every gunfight you have, something that may be more suitable for most people in 3v3 modes. With Rapid Hit, every time you land a crit, it will boost your stability, which is definitely helpful on these higher rate of fire pulse rifles, and Headseeker will give you a slight boost to headshot damage when you land body shots. Now, Headseeker's damage boost isn't enough to really decrease your time to kill, but it does add extra forgiveness, which is very helpful. Next up, Keep Away and Headseeker. Keep Away boosts your range by 10, as well as your accuracy and reload speed when no enemies are within 15 meters of you, and if you're using a pulse, they shouldn't be anyway. You could go with Rangefinder here instead of Keep Away, but keep in mind that as of next season, Rangefinder will not add any additional range to your weapon as far as we know. So personally at least, I have already started moving away from Rangefinder on most of my weapons. Lastly, Rapid Hit or Slideways Slideways, and Ellie-Cap, specifically on a Void subclass. Rapid Hit for the same reasons I mentioned before. Slideways will partially reload your mag, but unlike Slide Shot, Slideways increases your stability and handling for 3 seconds after sliding instead of your range. Combine either of these with a Void subclass and Ellie-Cap for a massive boost to your stability stat, and you have a weapon with virtually zero recoil. Those are my top picks, but again, you can mix and match so many options here that there's any number of roles you could go with and have a very, very good weapon. It's worth noting as well that on any of those combos, Keep Away is also a very good substitute. Keep Away is a perk that I tend to prefer on something like a 120 hand cannon, but it's going to be good on literally any weapon that you put it on. I would rank Chattering Bone as the best lightweight pulse rifle in the kinetic slot, and the best by a long shot. I will say I don't think this is the best lightweight in the game because, well, the BXR still exists. The BXR is a stat monster, and Kill Clip still gives it more than adequate lethality while still having the consistency benefits of being a stat monster. Plus, the BXR has a much cleaner sight, and the insanely accurate hipfire adds a ton of versatility to it by allowing it to still be effective at closer ranges. But if you want a good lightweight pulse rifle for the kinetic slot, the Chattering Bone is by far the best option here. Lightweight weapons are nice in general for the mobility bonus, and it's particularly helpful on hunters because lightweight archetype weapons give a passive +20 to your mobility whenever you have the weapon out. So Chattering Bone is a great weapon. Not the most competitive option out there, as far as pulses go. For the moment, high impact pulse rifles are still the best option, but this is by no means a bad option either. So make sure you get this thing craftable and give it a try. It's a lot of fun and it's very effective. You will not regret it. So guys, I know this was a shorter review, but we're nearing the end of the season and things have gotten pretty dry. Thankfully, the new season is now less than a month away, so this is your reminder to make sure you use those deep sight harmonizers before the season ends. You can only have one in your inventory at a time, so make sure you use them before the season of the deep ends because they probably won't carry over. I'm probably going to save my last one to get a head start on whatever the new weapons are, so that's an option too. For now though, Guardians, we are at nearly 450 subs, and again, once I reach 500, I can apply to become a YouTube partner, so it would really mean a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon. Also, remember to leave me a like and a comment. Let me know how you all are crafting your Chattering Bones. I always love hearing what people are using. Next up, as a quick side note, Cammy Cakes actually showed the channel off on a recent stream, so I want to thank him for that. We got some new subs immediately after he did that, so to everyone who came over here, welcome, and thank you for taking the time to tune in. I really appreciate your support, and of course, a huge thank you to Cammy. Seeing my channel on your stream literally made my entire year. Lastly, you can find my Twitch in the descriptions to all of my videos. I want to start streaming at least a few times a week, plus at the start of the next season, we'll be streaming pretty much all day, so do me a favor, head on over to that link and give me a follow there. For now, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, Guardians.